We were at the Legion in Bonanjo to respond or to answer to a convocation which Mimi was served with from the commander in second there. When we reached his office, he briefly read to all the charges that Mimi's investigations was required. And from those charges, we were able to picture out section 240 of the penal code, which is tagged as fake false news. So he read Mimi's Facebook page, wherein she published a news with respect to the death of the American missionary, which she said probably has been caused by fire exchanges between the Republican Army and the secessionist group, and that probably the bullet came from the military, from the Cameroun military. And she indicated the source of her information. We went further with her interrogation on the other alleged charge, wherein they say that she had published 10 pictures with respect to the Bambili incident, which has been liked and disliked by people and shared by people. She recognized the post and said it was not by her wish that those likes were being made or it was being shared. So at that instance, we could only gather two offenses: false news and cyber criminality, which we all know that they are competent before the civil courts. The investigation was closed around 4 p.m. They said they were typing their statements. We were all surprised. Why that emergency? We said, well, if we have to wait, no problem. Around 6, the colonel brought to us a form that Mimi has to sign, and that form was her police custody. We objected to it and said, no, it is not called for. We said, no, the offenses for which Mimi Mefo is being investigated for or suspected to have been committed clearly provides that she can be granted bail under sections 117 of the Criminal Procedure Code. So we refused on that, and they went and they were brainstorming and came back, said, we have to meet the military state prosecutor. We were surprised around 8 that we have to go and meet the military state prosecutor. We wanted to know why were we to meet him. The offenses for which Mimi is being tried have no military connotation. They insisted, and we discovered that probably it's because the file came from the military tribunal and that they had to report to him the circumstances of the investigation. We said, okay, there was no problem going to him. When we arrived, the military state prosecutor, we were kept at his secretariat, and we have to insist that we want to meet him. He was surprised to even know that we were coming, meaning that everything already was planned. When we reached his office, the tune of the offenses that we came with changed, and they started saying that Mimi is being charged for acts of terrorism or being charged under the terrorism law, that Mimi Mefo has caused, or her information has caused, injury to the integrity of the state. We're all surprised with those new facts just coming in, and we tried to buttress all the legal arguments and even the international treaty that Cameroun has ratified. All was falling on deaf ears. We understood that things are getting worse, and at around 10:30 p.m., we saw an escort of around 4 heavily armed gendarmes who came to handcuff her to drive her to the New Bell prison. As a lawyer, I am really very confused because I don't understand the evidence against Mimi for that warrants her appearance before the military tribunal. In the file, we're not able to see any direct evidence for a civilian like her, who is not a military personnel, to be tried before the military court. They informed us that she will appear in court on Monday, and we shall remain to support her in the defense. Her trial and her detention are illegal on illegal allegations. They have not had sufficient elements to warrant her custody. We were not presented with such. She gave an information and she provided the source. They will leave the source and they attack her. So if this is not an attack maybe to English-speaking journalists, how will I coin it? So to me, I think they are not enabling the press to freely exercise its duties. Then what else of a normal citizen of the society? We believe that there is a very gross violations of some fundamental rights which are even enshrined in our constitution. Freedom of speech. We have ratified international conventions which today they want to make me believe as a lawyer that Cameroon is not a state of law, because I, who is even speaking today, I don't know if I won't be arrested.